Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Now, you're probably wondering, where am I? Where are you, Alex? Well, this is just an audio version of the Thursday afternoon show. I was having some technical problems with my camera, so I thought, well, you know what? It's been a while actually since I've done an audio version, but what the heck? Let's do it anyway. So, welcome back on the Cannon Fodder TV. We've got 3 segmented live news coming right back at you on this wonderful platform of ours. But yeah, some news about a defender, yeah, about a manager making some right decisions, and some other bits and pieces sandwiched in between that. And as usual, like we say, let's get into this on the other side of this music intro. Yes, indeedy. Welcome back to Cannon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Let's say, it's an audio version, unfortunately, because I'm having some technical problems with my camera, but that doesn't stop us. No, it doesn't. We go onwards and upwards, and we go all guns blazing on Cannon for TV. But what you guys can do right about now, subscribe. That's all you have to do. Subscribe and lend me your ears for the next 45 minutes and just some change. There you go. Right, so let's get into this first one. The first news segment is in regards to, if I can find it, where is it? Yeah, Ben White and Emma Smith Rowe. Well, Gareth Southgate has actually announced his squad. Gareth Southgate explains Ben White and Emma Smith Rowe omission from the latest England squad. Gareth excuse me, says Arsenal duo Ben White and Emma Smith Rowe were very close to making their England squad for the side's up-and-coming World Cup qualifier against Andorra and Hungary. Fikoyi, Tomani, Ollie Watkins, and Aaron Ramsdale all returned as Southgate's named his 23-man party on Thursday afternoon, and Man City, Phil Foden was also recalled after recovering from a foot problem. Very generic. Defenders Harry Maguire, Trent Arnold were both unavailable and will play no part in a doubleheader, while Mason Mount was included despite sitting out to his last 2 games with injury. There has been a clamour for White to receive a call-up in Maguire's absence, but it was disappointment for Arsenal's £50 million signing, who has played in 2 friendlies for the 3 Lions. But yeah, the 2 players, they have not made the squad. Yeah, imagine that. To be honest, I mean, with Emma Smith Rowe, I think it's come too soon, to be honest. It really has come too soon. He's probably, a bright shining light, of course, academy product, but I'm thinking, nah, too soon for you, Emma Smith Rowe. Ben White, on the other hand, has played just a couple of a couple of friendlies, but yeah. So that's it. That's the reason why they've not been selected for the latest England qualifiers against Hungary and Andorra. The next news segment is in regards to again, this story just keeps running and running and running. What can I say now about William Saliba? I try and look at the William Saliba from different angles, and it just comes up the same thing: frustration. But William Saliba's start and Arsenal return leaves Mikel Arteta with new transfer problem. When I saw the headlines, thinking, oh no, what's happened here now? Arsenal defender, because he's still our player, William Saliba is not prepared to return to the Emirates to only sit on the bench, according to the player's personal coach. Signed for £27 million during the summer window of 2019, the Frenchman has yet to make a single competitive appearance for the club. He initially returned to St Etienne on loan for the 2019-2020 campaign, with the hope of securing more first-team football or some kind of first-team football. However, a combination of injuries and the COVID-19 pandemic meant Gunners boss Mikel Arteta felt he hadn't progressed enough to feature in the Premier League. Now, Saliba remained with the club at the start of the season, but was omitted from Arteta's Premier League and Europa League squads. Subsequently, he joined Nice on another loan deal before Arsenal again allowed him to leave temporarily to join Marseille for the season. Yeah, he's great at at marking, but good bringing the ball down too. He's a future great of French football. He's very good at starting plays. I mean, if it weren't for the word French, you'd probably said, "Oh, well, Ben White." But no, William Saliba. His good form has Arsenal fans already excited about the possibility of him coming into the starting lineup next season. Arteta splashed out the cash on his defensive unit in the most recent window, smashing the club's transfer record to land £50 million. I repeat, £50 million for Ben White. Now, according to reports, the Gunners could sign another defender in January, with technical director Edu already drawing out transfer plans. But yeah, the William Saliba situation is going to run and run and run until the break of dawn. I just can't see this coming, to a head anytime soon. If it does come to a head, I can possibly see William Saliba never playing for Arsenal again. Yeah, yeah, it's just a sad state of affairs. The third and final segment is in regards to Granit Xhaka. We broke the news yesterday that Granit Xhaka would be out, to be missing for best part of 3 months. He suffered an inner ligament in his right knee, inner ligament damage. But yeah, this one actually, football news. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta says losing Granit Xhaka to injury is a big loss ahead of Brighton clash. Yeah, with Granit Xhaka out, injured for up to 3 months, Arteta admitted losing a Swiss midfielder for a lengthy period of time is a significant blow. Now, like I said yesterday, whether you like the player or you don't like the player, me, myself, and I've been one of his stiffest critics. But that doesn't mean I want to see him injured. No, it doesn't. I don't like to see any player get injured. Any player. But anyway, yeah, so Xhaka was caught by Lucas Moura during a 3-1 win over Spurs in the North London derby on Sunday, and now faces a lengthy stint on the sidelines. Gunners boss Arteta says losing Xhaka is really bad news, but believes he has enough cover in his squad to make up for his absence. So we did a poll, and I'll tell you what, the poll, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can I find the poll? Let me quickly find the poll. Yesterday, in 30 minutes, the poll actually read, will Arsenal miss Granit Xhaka? A straight yes or no. And after 30 minutes, it was still level pegging at 50% yes and 50% no. I thought, what's going on here? We've never seen that. Never ever seen that. So let's have a quick look and see where the poll currently stands at now, if I can find it. Right, so just over a day now. Again, the poll was, will Arsenal miss Granit Xhaka? Choose only one option. So out of 1,100 votes, drum roll, the no's currently stand at 48%. Do the maths. The yes have it just on 52%. Oh my goodness. So you can still go. You can still go and vote if you wanted to. There's no time limit as there is on Twitter. On Twitter, there's a time limit, and there's also a limit on the options you can put there. The questions that you're asking your community, the community. But yeah, so that has been the news of today, the segment live news. I did say actually, as the transfer window had closed, I'm only going to be going live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday for the Easy Talk. I've broken that golden rule because there will be no Easy Talk tomorrow. There's no Easy Talk. Which is why I've come live today. Yeah, so that's it. I've tried to do something different. I want to do the Easy Talk on a Saturday, but it hasn't worked out. So we will probably be looking to come live again with the Easy Talk next Friday. Those of you tuning in now, you're probably thinking, well, I can't see Alex. It's probably a good thing. But no, I've got some technical problems with my camera, which means this is only an audio version of the Thursday afternoon show. But it doesn't mean you can still come into the live chat and share your thoughts. Well, we've just been talking about why Ben White and Emma Smith Rowe have not made the 23-man squad for England. William Saliba has actually said, well, not William Saliba, but his personal trainer said, William Saliba doesn't want to come to Arsenal just to sit on the bench. So if he does come back, he wants to be guaranteed some game time. Did you hear me, Mikel Arteta? Did you hear me? Did you hear me? And of course, the last segment, we've just been talking about Granit Xhaka. Mikel Arteta says it's devastating to hear the news that Granit Xhaka is going to be out for up to 3 months. We just did the poll. Let me kind of refresh the page and see if there's been any change in numbers. So the poll question was, will Arsenal miss Granit Xhaka? Choose only one. So again, it's only out of 1,100 votes. Are you people insane in the membrane? 1,100 votes and some change. 35 thumbs up and 3 comments. No, Arsenal will not miss Granit Xhaka. It's still stuck on 48%. And yes, of course, it's on 52%. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, pause for the cause. And when we come back, hoping there'll be at least 1 or 2 comments in the live chat, because right back now, there's nobody in the live chat. So it could be a short one. I guess maybe you're probably missing my face, my boat race. And listen, it shouldn't really matter, should it? Anyway, just be back in a few ticks.
Hi, and welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Well, this is a special video introducing our new membership scheme. Membership scheme, I hear you say? Yes, YouTube have allowed all content creators to have a membership scheme, and it's open to all our subscribers. Let me just get one thing straight right about now. All the content that you've been seeing for the last 2.5 years will remain to be free. So that's the Voice of Reason, that is the live shows, the broadcasts, the easy talks, all those content there is going to remain to be free. Okay, so I've got it off my chest. With the membership scheme, you get certain perks. With those perks, you'll get to see behind the scenes footage that probably nobody's seen before. Maybe, I'm not sure if you want to see. You also get early release of certain videos. And of course, with the player profile videos, where you ask us to do a video on a specific player, we'll give you a shout out, we'll mention you, and that'll be literally earmarked as if it was a present from us to you. With those formats there and the perks, they will come with a small price to be paid for the month. So with the lower level, which is going to be a bronze cannon, you'll get the shout out in the live chats, and also with the chat, if you are a member, it will go right to the top of the page that we must and we will mention you. And you also get like a free emoji and GIF with that as well. With the silver cannon, again, you'll get all behind the scenes footage, all the bloopers, all the things that we've tried to keep away from you. But yeah, there'll be a small price to be paid for that. That's roughly standing at £4.99. It will vary from country to country. So wherever you're on the way, there'll be a slight difference in that. And like I said, we're trying to maintain the future of Cannon Fodder TV across the whole platform. So by all means, you know, we would love you to be a part of the membership scheme there. There are going to be perks, including discounts for all the merchandise currently running on Cannon Fodder TV. So that is the reason why we're doing the membership scheme. Again, you don't have to join it. All the content I'm going to repeat will remain to be free. But part of the membership scheme, you'll have all those perks there. Again, there's going to be a free Q&A live session with me and maybe my brother every Thursday. You also get early footage of early releases. And of course, you'll get the discount as well as all the bloopers and the behind the scene footage right here on this lovely channel, which is called Cannon Fodder TV. So we would love you to be part of the membership scheme. Please, the video is up and running now, and it's free to all the subscribers, all the viewers that's ever viewed at Cannon Fodder TV. So for myself, Alex, and of course for my brother and Monty and everyone from Cannon Fodder TV, welcome, please, to the membership scheme on Cannon Fodder TV.
So thank you for that, people. You know, like I said, the membership is open to each and every one of you. There are no exceptions. The link is in the description. If you want to become a member and support your friendly local podcaster, let's go into live chat. I get the feeling. I got the feeling it's going to be a short one. I think maybe people are missing my face. I never thought I'd say that, actually. I've got to apologise. There's some problems with technical problems with the camera, so I thought, you know what, we can still do the show. And actually, it wasn't. I wasn't supposed to do a show today. I'm only doing it because there's no Easy Talk tomorrow, but I will be coming live tomorrow as well as today. So again, apologies because we've got some problems with the webcam. But again, it doesn't mean that we cannot still come live on Canon for TV. Right, so the live chat has been quite slow. Give us some time to warm up. But James Miller, good afternoon, says that on his North London derby display, we will miss him, but not on previous games. As I said in an earlier comment, if he can reproduce a North London derby performance, he will win back a lot of the fans. I can only speak for myself, James. I think the odd performance is not going to cut it for me. Really, when I look at the totality of Granit Xhaka's career at Arsenal coming at 2017, to me, I see a player who has regressed. He hasn't progressed, and I've got a funny feeling that come the January transfer window, he himself might reflect on the fact that he was on the verge of leaving Arsenal, heading to AS Roma. And he even tweeted something out saying, look, Roma is a nice place. Arsenal know what they need to do. And if for some strange thing happens where we hear that Mikel Arteta actually managed to speak to him and convince him to stay and remain at Arsenal. Edu and Mikel Arteta said it themselves that Granit Xhaka is integral. He's an integral part of the squad going forward. But for me, the odd performance, for me, it's not going to cut it, James. It's not going to cut it. I think he's had his time. It's time for us to move on. When he was suspended, we got the points. We got the win. We had more mobility in the midfield. It's Lokonga's time now. It's Lokonga's time now. And I'm not saying because, oh, well, you know, Granit Xhaka is injured. I've been saying that for the longest time. You know, you can forgive, but you can't forget. I'm never going to forget the incident that happened when he told the stadium to F off and the sign and the armband and everything else. I mean, that is history. But you've got to draw the line in the sand. Right up until the point where he got the latest red cards. But yeah, I mean, for me, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, you know, a handful of performances from Granit Xhaka is just not going to cut it for me. It's not going to cut it. You know, he's had his time. You know, for now, it is the time for the changing of the guard. It's time. It's time. You know, Albert Samuel Lokonga he's been good. He hasn't been great. You know, greatness comes with, like, you know, having, you know, difficult situations, overcoming those situations and being triumphant. Samuel Lokonga hasn't had to face that yet. Legendary status, way off legendary status. But in regards to this gentleman here we're watching now, his time has come for him to move on now. Likes of which Bellerin wanted to, you know, have a new challenge. Granit Xhaka needs a new challenge. Whether he's a yes man or not, we need to move him on. And then Mark, good afternoon to you, my friend. And you say that finally Ainsley Maitland-Niles will play after this. Saliba still many years ahead to play here. Yeah, well, we did speak about William Saliba, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles, again, just to think that last season he was on the verge of signing for Wolves. Transfer window comes and he says, you know, I want clarity. I want to know, you know, does the club want me? Am I going to be guaranteed game time? Or do I need to go and seek my fame and fortune at another club? And where is he? Again, he remains at Arsenal. England international. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is an England international. Surely he deserves better. And I'm not saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, all academy players, you know, get them out, get them out. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But what I am talking about is when a player has come through the ranks of an academy, They will fight for the badge automatically. That's one thing. But you've got to think about the players that they've grown up with. They automatically have an understanding amongst themselves. That understanding can only come with when you've played with other players, teammates, and you've matured. Look at Emma Smith-Rowe and Saka. They have both come through the academy. They have a sixth sense. But anyway, so we have to wait and see. Saliba. Again, we spoke about him. He's his personal trainer says, William Saliba doesn't want to come back to Arsenal, only to sit on the bench. Well, no player would want to, whichever club it is, doesn't have to be Arsenal. Players want to play. They don't want to be, bench warmers. They want to play. And then James comes back with, I agree his performance, and you're talking about Granit Xhaka, I believe. I agree his performance needs to be consistent, but on the upside, we have already made replacement if he can't produce. And that's what a continuation from yesterday. I said exactly that, James. You've got to build up a good squad of players where you don't have one player or a small group of players thinking they have an absolute right to start game in and game out. Complacency, we don't want complacency. We don't need us. What the other word is, we need competition. We need players competing for each and every position. I don't care whether it's the captain, whether it's the vice captain, the goalkeeper, the talisman, our £72 million man. I don't care which player it is, but we need competition. We need players to compete for that one position there. So whether the player goes off on form, you drop him. Whether the player is injured, of course, you bring in his deputy. That is just the way things work in our sport, football. Okay, any other comments? Are there any other comments? There's no other comments. What's going on, people? Come on, let's get lively. Let's get lively. And actually, whilst I'm looking for some more comments to come into the live chat, let me just kind of tune into the poll. This poll is one of the closest. No, this is the closest that I have seen since we started doing polls on the channel. So let me quickly refresh it and see where we currently lie now. So the poll question was, will Arsenal miss Granit Xhaka? Choose only one option. So there are only two options. The options were, no, Arsenal will not miss him, or yes, Arsenal will miss him. So we're still stuck the same 1,100 votes. Again, guys, thank you very much. You guys are insane. The no's, no, Arsenal won't miss Granit Xhaka. Still currently lies on 48%. Do the maths. Yeah. Yeses still stands at 52%. Okay. Any other comments? Let's see. Again, guys, I've got to apologize. Let me quickly remove this picture of Granit Xhaka, and you will see I'm only doing an audio version of the live show because I've got some problems with my my webcam. But I thought, hey, what the heck? That's not going to stop us from going live. We can still go live. We'll still go live. I'm sure some of you are probably thinking, oh, thank goodness for that. I don't want to see Alex's face. Oh, I don't want to see Alex's face. So that's the reason why you're seeing the Canon 4 TV logo in the frame here. Right. Any other comments? Any other comments, people? Mark says, sell Xhaka, Leno. Maybe after this, we can have a top player come in here, change the squad 100%. Well, Mark, I'm not sure if you saw the show yesterday, but I said, looking at the squad, even at the first team, I'm thinking we're still short of 2 or 3 players. And the positions I still believe Arsenal needs to upgrade on is either have a midfielder, box-to-box midfielder, or a defensive midfielder. Does not have to be Ives Bissouma. Doesn't have to be him. We need a winger because Project Pepe, for me, has not worked. Hasn't worked. So, Yeah, I mean, I'm just mentioning two positions. Possibly a striker. We'll probably need a striker, but Lacazette has just gone into his final year of his contract. So what is the plan? Are we going to allow him to run down his contract so he can leave on a free? Or are we going to offer him a 1-year contract extension? But what happens after then? Aubameyang's already in his 30s. You know, Balogun is still a little bit away off. Nketiah, we're still not sure whether he's going to make it or not. So possibly I would go in the market, buy a striker, a winger, and whether it's a box-to-box midfielder or a defensive midfielder, because we don't have a box-to-box midfielder. I know Albert Samuel Lokonga has said that he could be that box-to-box midfielder, but from what I've seen, I don't think he's that type midfielder. I don't see him as a box-to-box midfielder. Okay, Collins says Arsenal will miss him. Okay, Collins, why do you think Arsenal will miss Granit Xhaka? Why? Powerhouse says, yes, Alex, brother. Thank you for that. Alex, was the North London derby a one-off, or do you think we can move on from here and get 6 wins on the bounce? Brighton, Palace, and Villa. James, I learnt my lesson from doing the transfer, actually just on the back of the first transfer window, daily I did on the channel. And I said, I'm never going to predict anything beyond the next game we have. The next game we have is Brighton. Let me just quickly pull up the fixture list if I can find it here. So this is the fixture list, okay, James? And now I'm never one to look beyond the next game. The next game Arsenal has is Brighton and Hove Albion, and that is the only game I want our players, that only game I want the fans to concentrate on. I do not want us to think about Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Leicester City, Watford, Everton, etc., etc., etc. There is a possible, and there is a danger that we can take our eye off the ball. All we need to do is just focus on the next game in hand. What's the next game? Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, someone has told me that Yves Bissouma is a possible doubt for the late kickoff on Saturday. But, you know, responding to your question, for me, I'm only concerned about the Brighton game. Let's try and secure 3 points. I'm not looking beyond that. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry. Yeah? Okay, let me just quickly remove this from the screen. Back in the live chat. Sorry, guys. Raymond says we will surely miss Xhaka. All right, so people are coming up with statements, but give me the reasons why you believe that we're going to miss Xhaka. Why? What makes him so integral to the first team? That be out, injured, suspended, that we're going to miss him. So Raymond, I want to ask you a question. Why do you believe we're going to miss Xhaka? What does Xhaka bring? What does he bring to the first team? What does he bring to the first team? Again, guys, I have to apologize again once more. We have technical difficulties with the webcam. The webcam just won't start up. I tried to fire it up, but it's not working. But I thought, no, it's not going to stop us from doing the live show on Thursday. No, even though it wasn't a scheduled show, was it? Because I said before that we're going to come live only Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the Easy Talk, and maybe the odd Saturday or Sunday when my brother's up for doing a live show with me. But I thought I will come live on Thursday because there is no Easy Talk tomorrow. Okay, I tried to do something different, but it hasn't worked out. So I thought I will make up for that by coming live today. So people, quickly come into the live chat before I wrap up this one. Let me know, why do you believe Arsenal will miss Granit Xhaka? Let me know why. Let me know your reasons. Just come up with the statement. Yeah, Arsenal is going to miss Granit Xhaka. Why? Why? Let me know why. Okay. So none of you are coming in. None of you are a little bit scared. What's going on, people? What's going on? Let me leave the fixture list just up for a second so you can view it. Yeah, so that is the fixture list there. And again, I'm not looking to get ahead of myself and think about, we can accumulate 1 point maybe from Crystal Palace. We can probably beat Aston Villa. No, the next game that we have to think about and focus on is the Brighton and Hove Albion game. Nothing more and nothing less. Okay, so I'm getting the feeling that we've probably come to an end on this unscheduled Thursday afternoon show here. There's been one more. Let's have a look here. So let me just put up the man of the moment in there. And James says, fully understand, Alex, and agree. Have a good one off to work now. Well, listen, James, thank you for contributing in the live chat. Take care, my friend, and I'm sure we'll catch up very, very soon. I've got DWTT and the live chat. It says, hello, Alex, very, very formal. I hope you had a good day. I did. A good day. It's my father's birthday today. Well, he would have been 91. But yeah, I'm just at my mother's house, my parents' house. So we're just going to do a little celebration in recognition of my father's birthday. But in all, I've had a relatively good day. The weather's absolutely terrible over here, Gary. Absolutely terrible. What's it like in the States where you are, my friend? And Gary says, hello, chat room. Gary, we've just been talking about Granit Xhaka. I'm not sure whether you've voted on the poll, DWTT, but the question was, will Arsenal miss Granit Xhaka? Choose only one. So let me just quickly refresh this and see if there's been any change in the percentages. And out of 1,100 votes, I mean, yeah, it's just, this is the closest poll that we have seen on Cannon Foy TV. So again, it remains the same. No, Arsenal will not miss Granit Xhaka. 48%. Yes, Arsenal will miss Granit Xhaka. 52%. There you go. Yeah, he would have been 91 if he were still alive, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to celebrate his birthday and his life. So thank you for that, Gary. My thoughts on X. He's a squad player. We won't miss him, but we'll miss the depth that he provides. Well, yeah, I've just been gassing on about the fact this is the reason why we need depth in the squad. We need players competing for all positions. Again, it doesn't matter whether it's the captain's position, whether it's like Thomas Partey or the goalkeeper position. We need players competing. There's nothing worse than having complacency. Nothing worse than that. Players thinking they have a divine right to start. Oh, the manager likes me, so I know I'm going to be a sure start come the Saturday or the Sunday. We don't need that in Arsenal. We don't need that. We want players fighting and competing for every position. In addition to that, looking at the squad, Gary, we're 2 or maybe 3 players short. Project Nico Pepe has not worked for me. At £72 million, in the tail end of last season, I thought, well, you know what? I'm expecting good things from Nico Pepe. He ended the season quite well, but he's just reverted to type. So frustrating. So frustrating. And if I was Mikel Arteta, I would sit him down and I would show him videos of Ian Robin and Mo Salah and say, look at what they do. Look at what they do, Nicolas Pepe. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And then we spoke about maybe Arsenal needs to have a box-to-box midfielder or maybe a defensive midfielder. Defensive midfielder, A lot of you probably thinking, oh yeah, Yves Bissouma. It does not have to be Yves Bissouma. And then possibly a striker. Aubameyang is over the age of 30, he's 31 or 32. Lacazette is 30, has gone to the last year of his contract. Are Arsenal going to offer him a 1-year contract extension? We don't know. So I will be looking in the transfer window possibly for a striker, because Balogun is not ready. He hasn't been getting enough game time to feature in the Premier League. Nketiah, we're not sure still, even at this point, whether he's going to make it or not. So why not go into the market and buy a midfielder, a winger, and a striker? We're 2 to 3 players short. We're not going to make it into top 4 this season, but I want Arsenal to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Arsenal. Okay. Any more comments before we wrap up this one? Any more comments? No more comments? I believe we'll probably come to an end on this one. Again, guys, I've got to apologise because let me just quickly remove Granit Xhaka's picture. And as you can see, there is no camera. My webcam, for some reason, won't fire up. So it's an audio version of the Thursday afternoon show over here on Canon 4 TV. And I thought, you know what? Just because the webcam is not functioning properly, that's not going to stop me from going live. That won't stop me. So we're still going live, but it's an audio version, and you won't be able to see my ugly boat race. And that's face. We're thinking, boat race? What's that mean? My face, you can't see my face. All right, guys. Any more comments before we wrap up this Thursday afternoon show? I think what I'll do, give me a final opportunity just to go over the new segment of today from Canon 4 TV's perspective. And yeah, Gareth Southgate explains Ben White and Emerson Rowe are mentioned from the latest England squad. Gareth Southgate says Arsenal duo Ben White and Emerson Rowe were very close to making his England squad for the side's upcoming World Cup qualifier against Andorra and Hungary. Fikayo Tomori, Ollie Watkins, and Aaron Ramsdale all return as Gareth Southgate named his 23-man party on Thursday afternoon. And Man City's Phil Foden was also recalled after recovering from a foot problem. That's so generic, isn't it? A foot problem. What does his feet smell? What does that mean? A foot problem. Defenders Harry Maguire and Trent Arnold were both unavailable and will play no part in the doubleheader, while Mason Mount was included despite sitting out Chelsea's last 2 games with an injury. I mean, that's more specific, isn't it? An injury. There has been a clamour for White to receive a call-up in Maguire's absence, but it was disappointment for Arsenal's £50 million signing, who has played in 2 friendlies for the Three Lions. But Emerson Rowe has also missed out on the squad. But I think for me, I think it's too soon anyway for Emerson Rowe. It's too soon. It's too soon. Then we spoke very quickly about William Saliba. This story, man, I just wanted to come to an end, to be honest. But William Saliba's trainer, not William Saliba, but his personal trainer has said, I don't know, what's his representative, has said that William Saliba is not coming back to Arsenal just to sit on a bench. Yeah, his personal trainer said that. So I'm thinking, well, actually, most players won't want to come to a club just to be a bench warmer. I don't have any player. Players want to play. Players want to play. Anyway, and then Granit Xhaka. Yes, Granit Xhaka, who's out for 3 months. And Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta says losing Granit Xhaka to injury is a big loss ahead of the Brighton clash. So we put out the poll. Again, the poll just still stands at 48% of the followers and subscribers think that Arsenal will not miss Granit Xhaka, and 52% of you think actually Arsenal will miss Granit Xhaka. So those have been the news segments on this Thursday afternoon. Let me go to the live chat just for the last time before I wrap up this one. Goons have one good half of football. We're getting top. Yeah, we're not getting top 4. We're not getting top 4. Give another player to play. Xhaka is long enough play time here. Maybe other players set up after this. In the news with Martinelli, didn't hear much. Yeah, I've not had any news. There's not been anything in regards to Mr. Martinelli. I've been very disappointed why he has not featured. Didn't start. Hasn't started. But for me, there's not been any news in regards to Gabriel Martinelli. So let's have a look here. Martinelli. Yeah, there's no news. There's no news in regards to this gentleman here. So the gentleman, this youngster. Yeah, there's no updates, Mark. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, it's a weird one. But I think I concur with your thoughts, Mark. I just get the feeling that with Granit Xhaka, and it's not because he's injured out. He's injured. We're going to miss him for 3 months. I've been saying this for the longest time since he did what he did when he did it. You know what I'm talking about? The armband thing and the Arsenal jersey and turning the whole same to, you know what I'm talking about. So I think for me, Arsenal should have drawn the line even back then. And I'm just wondering, would he be thinking to himself, you know what, maybe I should have tried to, help to get the AS Roma sign over. I should have stayed and yeah. I don't know. I just kind of get that feeling. I can feel it in my waters that maybe Granit Xhaka, come the next available transfer window, possibly he'll be off. Leno, I think maybe Leno will be off as well. I am number one. I was number one. I will always be. Am I number one? But Leno, mate, you're not number one. You're not number one. Anyway, Static just entered the building as we're about to wrap up this one. He says, hey, Alex, and hey to you as well, Static. Static says 11 likes. Just hit the like buttons, people, before I wrap up this one. Yeah, it's an audio version for a final time because I'm having some problems firing up the webcam. But I thought, hey, that's not going to stop us from going live. We'll still go live. I've gone live because there will be no Easy Talk tomorrow. I tried to do something different, but it's not going to work out. But you will see me in some shape or form. Give me enough time maybe to buy a new webcam between now and tomorrow morning for the Friday morning show. But that is it. That is it. We are done and dusted inside 45 minutes. I saw the numbers rise above 50 at any one time. Again, apologies for not having the webcam functioning on this Thursday afternoon show. So to my moderator, yeah, just coming at the last, Static. Thank you for moderating just towards the end. And to everyone, all the followers on all platforms, the FB, Facebook, Twitter, via Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Thank you so very much. And I will be back tomorrow morning, giving some more live news segments, Friday morning show. And until then, guys, just make sure, like it says there, the banner says, subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. That is all you have to do. Just subscribe. Static, thank you very much. You also take care of yourself. And until then, you have been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over